Hello everyone, I am back, and I am back today making a chicken gumbo. And now this gumbo is for my daughter. I am making two videos today. One is with chicken, one is with all the seafoods in it, shrimp, everything. But my baby wants shrimp gumbo. Not shrimp gumbo, chicken gumbo. So I got to wake up this morning because it's 4 something in the morning and I got to wake up. So we have a lot of ingredients to go into this chicken gumbo. And I am going to get with you and I am going to show it to you. Okay? So with the chicken gumbo, I am going to use chicken thigh meat. And I'm going to dice this here up. And this is going to cook. And I have turkey sausage. Smoked turkey sausage because my baby don't eat seafood and she don't eat pork. And I have the okra right here. I have the Worcestershire sauce. Okay, we're only going to use a small amount of everything on here. I have tomato paste, Worcestershire sauce. I have garlic. We're only going to use about one or two cloves of garlic. I have Serrano peppers. We're not going to use all these peppers. I'm only going to use some. This is for, most of this is for my other gumbo that I have. But I'm going to add the same flavor to hers. I have my onion here. I have cumin seeds, oregano, whole oregano. I have rosemary. I have thyme. I have basil, but this basil has oregano, basil, and tomatoes in this. I have salt, chicken broth. I have paprika, chili powder. We're only using a fourth of some of this, and I'm gonna let you know as I keep doing it in the video. Mustard, dry mustard. We have diced tomatoes. We have cumin. We have Tony's Creole seasoning. We have black pepper. Tomato sauce. I did say tomato paste. Obay seasoning here. Crushed red peppers. Cayenne pepper. Onion powder. Garlic powder, crushed red peppers. Let me see. Diced tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and green chili. We have bell pepper. We have celery. Okay. We have green onion, and we have parsley. All of this is going to be fixed, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. It looks like a lot, but in reality, it's not. These are flavors are going to be added into your pantry as you cook with me because I use a lot of flavor. And I want everyone, I will be back. I have the flour that I'm going to use, and this is the flour. You put your flour in a pan because we're going to make our roux from scratch. You put your powder in a pan. You cook the flour in a pan. You move it back every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes you move it back, just like this here. Okay? And you put it in the oven on 350. And you move it back, just like this here. And you keep checking it to make sure it's okay. All right? So this is what we do. Okay? Now this is my flour for my roux. Okay? And it has changed colors. And it's the color I want it to be. This is a light brown. Okay? And this is what I'm getting ready to cook. All right? So I want you to see the color of it. Okay then. So this is everything that I'm using in my gumbo. I have cut it all up everything. So now we're getting ready to go through the experience of making gumbo. My green onion, everything, cumin, everything. Everything I have here, dice, everything. This is gonna go in my 2 dinners that I'm making today. Okay? And I'll be back. Okay, so this is the chicken that I'm doing, all right? So what I've done, I went and I washed my chicken off. I done cut off most of the fat on there with my kitchen scissors, okay? So what I had started doing, and I forgot I was supposed to be videoing, I done started cutting this here up just like this, okay? And so what I'm doing now, I'm just cutting this here up so I can get ready and add it into the skillet with the flour and everything with the roux. I'm going to show you just what I'm going to do. But right now, this all I'm doing now is just cutting this chicken up, getting it ready for the chicken gumbo. Okay? I'll be back. Now, I'm getting ready to make the chicken gumbo. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my sashi and put it in there. This right here is turkey sausage, okay? And what I'm using there, I'm using bacon grease. The one that, this is the one I'm using, okay? For in here. The green onion and the white onion, the celery, the parsley, and I think I had the bell pepper and the onion and the celery and all that. Okay. So I already put all that in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let this here cook down. I'm going to let it cook down. Then I'm going to add my flour to it. Okay, so it's gonna cook down some, and then afterwards I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna add everything else to it, and I'll be back. Okay, so I added my bay leaves to this. These are my bay leaves. I have a bay leaf tree out in the back of my yard. So I went out there and got me some off, washed it off and everything, put it in there. Now I'm going to add some peppers in there. That turkey sausage, it has jalapenos in there. I'm only putting 1 in here because of that. Okay? And I'm stirring this here up. Now I'm going to add my roux to it. Because I already let this here cook down as much as I want it to cook. I only want it to be just a little translucent, not that much, where you can see through your onion. Because I'm going to add my flour to this here. I'm just going to add me a tablespoon more of this in there. I see it coming up, but I see the juices and everything in there, but I want to put a little bit more of something in there because I'm getting ready to add this flour to it. And you make sure when you're fixing this here, you go through there and you stir it to make sure it stays stirred. Now you can make this here a brown roux or whatever. If you want brown roux, get your brown roux. But I don't want no brown roux. I want a red roux. So that's what I'm looking for. Okay, I think that's enough right there. And I'm gonna add me some, let me see if I have any more broth to add to that. Okay, so now we're gonna add the tomato paste to it. Then we're going to add the diced tomatoes to it. The rotel diced tomatoes, that's getting added to it. It's mild rotel diced tomatoes and green chili. That's getting added to it. We're going to add tomato sauce to it. Then I'm going to put me in about 4 or 5 cans of water. Put me about a cup of chicken broth in there. Stir this on up. Okay, and put all my seasonings in there. My cayenne pepper, my thyme, my dry mustard, my chili powder, or everything is a fourth, and a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This is pepper flakes. This is about a teaspoon of that. This is garlic powder, a tablespoon of that, teaspoon of paprika. This is basil. This rosemary. This is oregano. This is what is this here? Thyme, rosemary. This one right here is rosemary, thyme. God, which one is this? Rosemary, thyme. We have sage in there, little sage. We have about a fourth of sage. So we got us some sage here. Cumin here. Dry ground cumin. I have about 3 garlic cloves cut up right here. And we have onion powder right here. That's what this is. Okay, and I'm going to put all this here in there. And I'm going to add my chicken to it. I might have to change this here pot out, because I don't think this pot is going to be big enough. So, alright. See you in a bit. Okay, now I'm going to put my okra in there. Okay. I'm going to put me about It's gonna be about, it's already spicy, about a tablespoon of black pepper in there. And then I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna season this here up when I taste it, when I see how much it's gonna cook. Because I wanted to go ahead on and cook now, because I changed out my pot. That other thing was too small after I added my chicken in there. So now I'm just going to let everything just go ahead on and cook. I'm going to cover this up and just let it go ahead on and cook. Okay? So, I'll see you in a bit. So I'm going to add me about a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce to the chicken gumbo. Okay, and then I'm gonna cover this on back up and let it go ahead on and continue to cook. And I added about 4 more cups of water in here. All right, so long as you know, I added about 4 more cups of water in there, and I added I think that's all I added. I'm just going to let it cook down now. Okay, so what I'm getting ready to do to the chicken gumbo, I'm going to add me a little bit of obay, because I tasted it and it needed some like salt, a little salt to it, because I didn't put no salt in there and it wasn't enough chicken broth I had in there. So I'm going to add me a little bit more of this. And then I'm going to taste it to see what I'm looking at. Okay, so I have to add that to it. Let's see what I got here. I think I might. I'm tasting. I might need me some, seems like I don't need nothing because this shouldn't have this kind of little kick to it. I don't want to have too much of a kick to it. Shiz, I might put me some kosher salt in there. I'll be back. I got to add something to it. Kosher salt is what I'm going to add to it. So, y'all want to add kosher salt to it, add it. Because you have to taste this here. I mean, sometimes you have to go in there, you got to give a little taste to it. And you don't have to put turkey sausage. You can put you some beef sausage, pork sausage, whichever one you want. I just use turkey because of my child. And I have to take and do a little bit better when I'm seasoning. Now this right here, I'm gonna put me some gumbo filet in this turkey gumbo, okay? Not turkey gumbo, in this chicken gumbo. I'm gonna put me some gumbo filet in there. Now you gotta watch that gumbo filet because that stuff sours quick. Okay, this is my last one. This is the chicken gumbo. It is so good and it smells so good too. What I did, I ended up with the chicken gumbo and I added some of this right here to it. All right, I hope everyone can see this. An all-purpose season, okay? And I added a little bit of this for my, little bit more saltier. Make it not saltier, but a little bit more salt to it, okay? And in my gumbo, I put me 2 tablespoons of black pepper, and I added a little bit of this here too, because it needed a little bit more something to it to give it a kick. That's it. Just a little something to it. You can taste it. You basically can tell what you need. If you need cilantro, parsley, something in there, you're going to be able to taste it and know that you need something else in there to bring it out some. Okay? So I want everyone to have a beautiful one. Give someone a hug. tell them you love them or whatever. And bon appetit, baby.